All right, well, it's a nice day here in Florida. The time has finally come to tear down, strip down, clear out my shop. So if you're unfamiliar with the saga of this, basically long story short, I bought this house a year ago, almost exactly, and was gonna close in this shop. So, put up walls, put up a front wall with framing for 2 bay doors, so on and so forth. I started down that road, and about 5 months of trying to get the permit to do it because I wanted to do it the right way. It didn't look like there was any end in sight to closing this in, and it was starting to become simpler and more cost effective, or really similar in price, to just build a whole new shop. Now it feels silly. I'll be the first to admit, to tear down a perfectly good shop, but we're going to be going to a much better setup for what we're doing. We're going to have much taller walls. We'll be able to build a big loft, and we're going to do everything right from the start. I'm really excited for it. I'm more excited to build my dream shop than any dream car I could build, right? So, we're going to insulate it, drywall it, AC it, so on and so forth. It's going to be pretty sweet when it's done, and to me, I wish I would have started on this earlier and just chose this route originally, because it would have saved us a lot of time, because kind of by the time I decided to do it is when all the delays for materials and shipping came in, so I have been waiting a while. But we are on schedule, I won't believe it till I see it, for the shop to go up next month. So it's time. It's time to get this ready and get it torn down. So we've already started. Basically, I took most of my stuff to scrap. I'm sure I'll still come up with some more things to take to scrap. I went and got even more totes, started organizing. So we got everything off the loft up there. That's what I was worried about, was that there'd be more up there than I remembered. So we got all that down here. I'm just kind of going through and organizing it, figuring out stuff that I need access to, and it's going to need to go in the garage while we work out of the garage, and stuff that can just go deep buried in the container. Hopefully we never have to get to it. So that's the current game plan, basically work out of the garage. In the meantime, I did consider renting a shop, working out of the shop. That way I could take my time finishing out this shop and do it right and not be in a rush to move back in. It's one of those things, it's like buying a house or anything, if you move in, it's going to be a lot harder to do those projects. If you do them before you move in while it's still empty, it's a lot easier. So that was the idea, but I haven't had great luck finding anything small enough, close enough. So we're going to move forward with the original plan, which again, set up the garage as a workshop for now. Put all the stuff we don't need access to here in the container. So that's the plan. We got this thing pretty cleared out. All we have in here right now is some wheels. So we got wheels. These are going to go, because these are for sale. These are the VSXXs off the Safiro, the 4x114. Safiro big lipped rear wheels. So there's a handful we're going to keep, but again, I'm going to sell those. I sent Josue off with the beam swap for the 8.6 because we decided to stick with the 4AGE, so that is going to be for sale. The VET transmission and torque tube setup, and the ZF transmission setup out of the Safiro, switching to a different transmission setup. So all that's going to be for sale. I'll link their Instagram below. They're going to deal with selling it for me. They also have an eBay store that they sell tons of Nissan parts and all sorts of odds and ends. So if you guys want to check that out, if you need any Nissan parts, great friends of mine. If you need parts, definitely check them out. Support the homies. So yeah, anyway, all that stuff's going to be for sale. If you're interested in any of it, go ahead and contact them, as well as those wheels, and then the 5x120 VSKFs that were off my VET from back in the day that I've been holding on to for absolutely no reason at all. So handful of wheels, L and Work CE 28 or something like that, off the Pulsar. So handful of wheels, transmissions, engine swap. They're going to have a lot of stuff for sale. I'll link it below. So that stuff's all gone besides the wheels. So we've opened up a ton of space. And after getting everything down here, I really think we're going to be okay. Because I'm going to purge a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff in here that I really don't need. I've got tons of extra LS stuff, multiple valve covers and truck intakes, and there's some old truck stuff I wasn't sure if I was going to use or not on the Fummins. There's just a slew of stuff. Now we do have an iron block 5.3, an aluminum block 5.3, 3 sets of heads, 2 CD transmissions, and a 350Z diff, all of which I'm kind of hoarding and want to keep. So I think we're going to take up the whole container, but I do think we're gonna be able to get by filling the container with everything and then working out of the garage, not having to have the garage as storage. So that's the plan. I know a lot of jibber jabber to start this off, but we're gonna get started with organizing and toting stuff up and filling the container. That's the plan. So enough jibber jabber, let's get to work. All right, here's the progress so far. This is all stuff that's going. This we still have to sort through, just this last bit of vet stuff. Again, these wheels are going, empty totes, those are going. This is all stuff that's going in the container that can be impossible to get to because we shouldn't, keyword there, shouldn't need it until after the shop is done. This is all stuff that's got to go in the garage, stuff I need access to, AN lines, fittings, TIG welding stuff, etc. Wiring stuff, did I put the, ooh, I will need the wiring thing. I need to remember that. Is that this one? I don't know, we'll find it. What does that say? Wiring, shop building, wiring. No, that's normal wiring. I do need that too though. Oh, we got more to put in there. Okay, man. See, this is what happens when you start explaining how you're ready for something and you realize you're not ready. Point is, we're pretty much ready to start filling up the container. So I'll give you guys a look at it. Empty. Let's see how much stuff we can cram in here. The height is really gonna be the biggest problem because there's just some stuff we're not gonna be able to stack. And then we got to plan it out well where it's like the stuff we need the least goes in the back and the stuff we might need the most goes in the front. We're going to put the shelf in here somewhere for the loose stuff. So hopefully we have enough room left over to where I can put the lawnmower in here. That would be ideal, but we'll see. We're just trying to play it out in my head like a game of Tetris as far as what's going to go where. All right, well, the next thing up on the to-move list was my iron block 5.3, and man, a lot heavier than we thought it was going to be. So we decided to take the heads off, and even still, it was really difficult to move. But we got it done and can move on to lighter and less difficult to move things. So we're stacking them on a pallet. I just had this pallet. I wanted to save it. I figured a good excuse to save it would be to stack the engines and stuff on it. So like I said, this really did kind of turn into a big game of Tetris, and it was difficult to plan out what I would need, when I would need it, how to kind of stack everything to where it'd be accessible, but still utilize as much space as we could. You know, we can't just keep everything waist level all the way out, or we're not going to have room. We had to stack it as high as we can, but still, there's always going to be one thing that I needed to get to that we put way in the back. I just figured that way if it's not that deep in one spot, this would be a good spot for it to not be very deep. All right, here's where we're at. Got most of the totes done. I got to finish packing up that last tote. One of the last totes, there's a couple other little ones over here that are kind of useful stuff. We'll put that on the shelf. But out here it's pretty cleared out. Like I said, he's taking those wheels in that seat. Those are empty totes. He's taking those, so that'll all be gone. Those are going to the dump. So basically everything over here is going to leave. We got those shelves pretty much cleared off. There's some tools from Swag Off-Road and the fab table there that I haven't put up yet because I've been waiting for the new shop. And then a Rogue Fab tubing bender there that I haven't set up yet. For the same reason. I got that. I ordered it right before the shop was supposed to be closed in, and then that's when the debacle happened, and it never ended up happening, and then it's been sitting there because I haven't anywhere to put it. So I'm looking forward to this saga being over. But check it out. We've still got plenty of room. So this shelf's pretty well empty. And then probably about a third of the way, maybe closing in on halfway. Probably about halfway, to be honest. That other tote's going to go here. I'll still be able to access all these. I'm going to put that shelf here. So I'm going to clear off that shelf that has all the oils, put them on here for now. I guess I'll go ahead and completely clear this shelf off, transfer it to there. And then, like I said, when we get shelves set up in the garage, because it's going to be a little bit, transfer what I need. But I'm gonna do some nice shelves for in there. That'll be in there, you know, indefinitely. I mean, ideally, basically the garage, once the shop's done, is just gonna be like a nice place to keep cars and maybe store a little bit of stuff. But I want it to be very aesthetically pleasing and minimalistic. Like, I don't want to turn it into a big storage room. That's what the container is for. Like, I just want it to be nice. Like the two cars kind of on display almost. That's kind of my game plan there. But for now, we'll paint it and set up shelves and stuff, what we need to get us by. And then we'll convert it into a little showroom, if you will. So I'm gonna quit jibber jabbering. I'm gonna get back to work here. We got a ton of trash. Threw away a bunch of stuff. So luckily trash night's only in like 2 days. So yeah, back to work. All right, well, a little more progress. Got the big shelf out of here and into the container. I was able to clear it off, put that stuff on this shelf so I can get this shelf in here. Josue had left, so I did this. This is a solo mission, and I'll be honest, it was a bit of a struggle. It's so tall that to get it out the door, I had to basically have the hand truck almost touching, and then it caught the dirt, and then it wanted to flip over. It was kind of a mess, but we got it. So now we got 2 big shelves in here. That is gonna help us so much with storage. This stuff's gonna go in the garage, but I put it in here for now because we gotta clear out the garage to paint it and get it ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put one more shelf in here. I think really the more shelves we have, the better. I'll probably move this down and put it back here, and then we can kind of pile stuff up in front of it, like tires and things like that. But the more upward storage we can make, the better off we're gonna be. You know, we tried to stack this stuff as high as we could, but you know, we could go even higher if we need it. I'm stoked that it looks like everything's gonna fit without much problem. So that's good. That's a relief. I wasn't sure, and it's one of those things you're only gonna really know when you start doing it. So let's get this last shelf in here and finish putting everything else in here. Might not be able to get this one down by myself. This is heavy. And it's full of bolts. 4 drawers of hardware. All right, well, we've got this place pretty much fully cleared out besides the stuff that's gonna go in the garage, like the bench, this stuff. We got this little corner over here for stuff that's going in the garage, the airless sprayer to paint the garage. That'll actually end up in the container, but we need it right now. The last thing in this room is just the compressor, which is again gonna go in the garage. We need to be able to mount tires. The original plan was to put that in the container, but I think we have enough room in the little corner in the garage to put that in the tire machine there and still have the ability to mount tires, because we definitely can't go 2-3 months without mounting tires. You know, I wanna be prepared for the long run here. I don't wanna go in assuming I'm not gonna be working out of the garage that long and then shoot myself in the foot. So that's the plan. But yeah, basically pretty much everything that is left is either going with Josue or going in the garage. So like all this is going with Josue besides the totes, the tires are going to the dump, this is all going in the garage, so on and so forth. With all that done, with this area, the shop is completely cleared out. Container is full. We do need to grab a few more things out. So we need to start clearing all the stuff out of the garage and putting the stuff that's gonna go in the container, the stuff that's gonna go back in there, we'll store in that back corner for right now so we have it all organized in one place. And then once we get the garage ready, we can move it all back in. So let's get the garage cleared out. All right, got this, the garage pretty well cleaned up, pretty well cleaned out. Still got to push the vet outside, push the lift outside, move a couple more things. Again, move that stuff inside, trash cans out, and we're ready for paint. So I would paint it now, but Chrissy absolutely loves painting. She always wants to help on every paint project. So I'm gonna wait till she is off tomorrow and we'll paint it together. Plus, I could use the help. It's gonna be tough to get into some of these areas and behind the water heater and all that stuff. So, tomorrow we will start on the garage renovation to get it set up to be a temporary workshop. And then once all this trash is gone and this stuff's gone and the tires are gone and the garage is painted and ready to go, we can move all this stuff into the garage, set it up as a workshop, get these cars out of here, pull the lift down, pull a handful more things out, and this thing will be ready for teardown. So it's bittersweet for sure. It really is. I mean, I'm bummed to see a perfectly good shop go. It does feel kind of silly, but I am so excited that we may actually be coming up on the end of this and the new shop may be built. I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I'm real afraid that it's gonna get delayed at the last minute or something, but either way, at least this will be down, we'll be ready to go. Hopefully no complications arise. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm a little nervous, right? I am a little nervous. So we're gonna pass the point of no return soon, but I'm very excited for the prospect of getting the new shop done. It's just gonna be so much better overall. Being able to start from scratch with the wiring, not have wiring crisscrossing everywhere, have the ceiling height, have the loft, insulated, AC'd, like it's gonna be a night and day improvement from, you know, working out here basically in the open. I hate working out here late because there's nothing to block the noise. So being able to shut the doors, have it insulated, work late into the night, it's gonna be great. So as much as it sucks to tear this place down and it's gonna be difficult to work out of the garage, I think we'll make do just fine. And I'm kind of excited for it. It'll be cool to have everything in one place, not be bouncing back and forth between the rooms. I can shut the door. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic. Hopefully it all pans out well. But yeah, so next step is gonna be prepping the garage and getting everything moved into it. So I hope to see you guys for that. But for now, that's gonna be it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.